Hey everyone, Jammer here from Jammer's Wrestling Magazine Collection, and today I'm going to do just a small little video because my friend Zeke Zanzibar said to me, maybe it was 2 weeks ago, he said, you should do a video on something that you dislike about the wrestling magazines. And it's kind of hard for me to figure out what I dislike about them because they're pretty amazing. At least that's just my opinion. I mean, where else can you get all this information that you need about different territories or different matches? You know, different big wrestling shows that took place in the 80s and 90s. And even till to this day, right? Like I said, the new PWI magazines cover so many wrestling organizations within their magazine now because there is so many out there. But I got to thinking, what do I dislike? And thankfully, sadly, with the help of this magazine here, Victory Sports Wrestling, I realized something that I dislike about these magazines. These ones right here, especially Victory Sports Wrestling. And no, it's not that they cover other stories from other magazines. I mean, Wrestling USA does that. The PWI Wrestling Classics does that. It's the fact that, well, this. And you might be shocked, like, what, you hate colored posters? And it's not that I hate the colored posters. I mean, this looks awesome, right? That's cool. That's pretty cool. The problem is that the stories that you want to read usually end up on the other side of the poster. For example, this poster here, actually, let me just put that here. So we got, first of all, look at that. That's the poster they give us. Billy Jack and Friends. It's like, yes, I have women. Look at me go. Billy Jack Haynes, wrestling sexy superstar, enjoys a day off. I mean, whatever. I don't think he's that. I mean, really, is he sexy? Women? Men? Anyone out there? Can you justify that? I don't know. But this, right? This magazine here gives you this great poster of Billy Jack Haynes. But they also give you, look at that, right here, the story continued on page 60. So if you rip this out, Kerry Von Erich, first runner, if you runner up for sexiest superstar, apparently, if you take that off of there, then you don't get to read the story. In this one here, we got, Spring 85 here, another one. The poster is in here. This time it's of Cyndi Lauper and Captain Lou. But look at this. Right here, the story continues from this page. So if you rip out this poster, you're technically ripping out the magazine. You're not going to be able to continue reading the magazine. And I found that out. For example, this magazine here. And if you open up, the poster's gone. So the stories you can't even read because you're missing. You're missing what continues on here because it continues on the next page, but the poster's gone. So this magazine is pointless in that sense. I mean, you can't even continue reading it. Same with this one. You open up. Well, where's the rest of the article? Not there. It's on the other side of the poster. So, yes, this is something I dislike about this magazine. I know I got these in lots and such, so I didn't know any better. And I'm thankful for the posters I do have in them. But look, you can't continue reading. It's just not there. So, yeah, that's something I definitely dislike about a magazine, is that why would you put, a story on the side of the poster? Because a lot of wrestling fans, especially kids or teenagers, are going to rip the poster out. They're going to put it on their wall. I don't know. Maybe they figure because these stories are rehashed and from other magazines that, hey, it's okay to it's okay to just, put the article on that side of the poster. We're saving money, I guess, right? No, bad move. That was a really bad move. And I was looking through here, and thankfully, I'm going to take a look at all these now. Thankfully, this magazine here, this one has, again, Billy Jack Haynes on the cover. Man, he was everywhere. And wow, there's a photo. There's one for everyone to put up on their wall. But yeah, see? Story. So if you want to put up sweet Stan Lane and Steve Kern here, the fabulous ones, you're going to miss out on the Ted DiBiase versus Brad Armstrong It's a Family Affair story. Okay, so there's one. Let's see here. This one here. Does it have it? Do we have a poster? We do. The poster here is of the Rock and Roll Express and Magnum TA. Thank goodness it's in there. I wouldn't be able to, well, I guess I could read this story. This here doesn't really tell you that much. So that's one bonus. If they did it like that, it wouldn't be that bad. But when they actually, oh yeah, this one's missing the poster. Yep. No poster. I don't even know where it's at in here, but there's no poster. So that magazine, pointless. Another one here. Do we have it says full color pinup of the Four Horsemen? Nope. Nothing. No poster. Again, no point in reading that one. Here we go. Another one. Do we have the poster? Nope. So a lot of these magazines are, just can't read them. You just can't do that. This one has the poster. This is of Dark Journey. And if you rip that out, you'd miss the Supercards 87 books of list. Though I'm okay with that because I showed I have that magazine in that Supercards video I did. But again, it's you'd want the poster in these if you're going to read them. There's Jesse the Body Ventura, so that poster's in there. You're getting articles on Jesse, the Honky Tonk Man. Let's see, this one here. This says Lovely Elizabeth. I bet you that's not in here. I would, no doubt that got ripped out. So that magazine's junk. This one here I showed before. It does have the poster in here of Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert and Missy Hyatt, so that's all right. And if it didn't, I wouldn't be able to read any of this here for the dream match between the Rock and Roll Express and the Midnight Rockers. This one here has the centerfold of Medusa, thankfully, because it has an article here on the Rock and Roll Express coming back to the NWA. So how would I read it if the poster wasn't in there? Let's see, this one here. Does it have the poster? It does, of the Macho Man working out. Look at that. That's a great photo of Randy. And of course, a story on Hogan and a story on Ted DiBiase here. And the last one I have here is this one from spring of '89. And poster of Ricky the Dragon Steamboat from like 1985. So, but yeah, stories in here as well on the other side. Now, these magazines were only released quarterly. They're those quarterly ones like some of the other magazines I talked about. But really, I mean, without the poster, these here, I mean, I have them just because I have them, because I'm a completist. I would love to have them with the poster, of course, but that's just not how it's going to be unless I find them out there with the poster. And sometimes on eBay, they don't even list if they have the poster or not, so you're almost taking a gamble. I like it when they say posters included because that's going to help, a purchase for sure, especially for me who's trying to, upgrade magazines that are missing posters. And, I get it. I mean, posters aren't always going to be in the magazines. These magazines are 35 years old, some of them, and they're just, the posters are going to be gone. And sometimes even some of the pages are ripped or missing. And I get that too. You're taking a gamble when you buy these. But I I feel that this magazine, the Victory Sports Wrestling, without that poster, it's kind of pointless to have if you're going to read it, because you are missing some articles. You just are. You're gonna, because they putting them on the back pages of the poster. So yeah, that is something that I dislike about a wrestling magazine, especially this one here, is that don't put articles on the back of posters when you know the posters are going to get ripped out and put on the wall. Or they could just fall out. I mean, that can happen too, right? These staples aren't the greatest. They do come apart. Pictures do come out. They do fall out. So yeah, it's just a short little video today. I want to thank, first of all, everyone who's taken the time to subscribe to my channel. I think I'm up to like over 40 now, like 45 or something. And I just can't believe that many people are taking the time to watch these videos at times, right? I mean, that's kind of cool. I'm thankful for all the feedback and comments and everything. It's pretty sweet. I started this channel just for something fun to do, because I wanted to kind of like make a podcast of wrestling magazines, and I knew the podcast thing wouldn't work. So I thought, well, a YouTube video could work if we did it that way, and so far it's working, right? I get to talk about these. I get to show off the magazines I bought over the years, because I mean, really, they just sit in here and collect dust for the most part. This gives me a chance to go through them and look at them again. And thanks to a friend of mine who has another wrestling magazine channel at Pro Wrestling Mags. I always tag him in my videos in the description, because he's the reason why I started doing this. And his collection is really amazing, as I said before. He just recently did an hour-long video on the Great American Bash event with the programs and the magazine covers that discussed the Great American Bash through 85 through 88. So go check that out. It's definitely worth it. It's a fun video to watch. He has so much information and so many cool magazines and programs about those events. So yeah, that's what this channel is about, just kind of sharing. We want to keep these magazines alive, keep the history alive, because Vince McMahon wants to change the history. And he's doing so right now. I just read that Roman Reigns has just beat Pedro Morales for longest WWE champion, and that's not true. Roman Reigns won the title a year and a half ago, defeating Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania in a title versus title match. He's held the Universal title for like 3 years, but that's not the WWE title. That's a different belt altogether. So Vince McMahon trying to recreate history, rewrite history. No, Roman Reigns has not bested Pedro Morales on being longest WWE champion. I think the one he can easily, I think CM Punk will be the one who'll best out on that, because CM Punk was champion for like a year and a half, maybe back in like 2012 and 13, I think it was, something like that. So Roman will beat him, no doubt, but the Universal title was just created like in 2016. So there's no real history to that belt, right? I mean, the first champion was Finn Balor, and he held it for like less than 24 hours because he got injured. So no, Vince can try to spin it around all he wants. It's not true. So these wrestling magazines give you the information you need and the history and the knowledge and everything. So again, thank you for everyone who's been watching. And thank you to Zeke Zanzibar for giving me this idea of what I dislike about a wrestling magazine. It's definitely Victory Sports Wrestling and the poster situation. So yeah, just a little video today. I'll try to do a longer video again. I got some ideas popping in my head. It just takes time to get everything out and straightened and organized to do it. So I just thought I'd get this out here today before I head into work. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you later.